What's up?
What's up, middle fingers?
Do you like that?
Yeah, I'm all trying to be serious with my glasses on, and you're all coming in like this. I should have known not to take it too seriously.
Yeah, don't take anything too seriously with me. All right.
Well,
yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get my earplugs to work because they're not working right now. But whatever.
Fuck yeah, earplugs.
Fucking earbuds and shit.
See, that's what happens when old people try to use technology.
Dude,
right
I don't know why it's not working. It's fucking weird.
Oh no, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my volume up.
Yeah. I don't know if you could turn up a mic, but
Yeah, I want to see what I can do here. Give me just a second. Let me figure this shit out real quick.
I can't. These glasses are not functional for me reading, but they sure are funny. Oh, there he went. He went and fucked his shit up.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, now I can.
Got it. Oh, okay, cool, good. I was gonna say, because I can't hear shit now.
All right. Well, whatever. Fuck you. You don't need to hear anything but questions. You'll be fine.
Well, I'll just nod and agree.
Okay, for everyone here, this is Mr. Irie Eyes from BreedersDirectSeedCo. This is my buddy. This is my second life partner.
Aw, you're so sweet.
We have lots of Roman orgies and bathtubs, and that's why he's here. He's here to discuss that with you. No, really,
Yes.
He's here to discuss his seed bank. This is one of the seed banks I work with, my main one. Yeah, let's start talking, man. How long have you been in the industry?
Ah, fuck. And just weed in general?
Yeah, weed in general.
Weed in general, 25 years.
25 years.
You can see all the gray. You
Almost.
see it all.
So basically, when Mass Medical was a baby, you were growing weed.
If we want to put it in math medical terms, he was probably a glimmer in his daddy's eye.
There you go. That's good
probably.
to know. What got you into it? How'd you get into this?
Oh Jesus, how am I gonna even take you seriously right now? How did I get into it? Well, I mean, I started smoking weed. You know, I mean, I'm a stoner. I like information, so I started reading High Times. Looking at weed pictures was cool. I got the idea to grow weed. My old man grew weed in Oregon, probably Oregon Hills, early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. So I guess maybe weed was in my blood a little bit, so to speak. So like it was a natural progression for me just to, know about weed, learn about weed, read about weed. My parents are both kind of teachers and shit like that. So education and shit's always kind of been in my blood. So I started educating myself about weed. A friend of mine was like, he saw me and my lady. Props to my wife, number one. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have a dime to my name. And she was able to rub two nickels together and make $100. So we started, doing the weed thing that everyone did back then, buying some weed, selling it to your friends, whatever. And don't be low-key hitting that. Be proud.
No, shut up. Don't point out my douche flute.
Douche flute. So our dude turned into our mentor, and he's like, hey, you guys are doing good work, with the sales thing. Want to grow some weed? And this was 20 years ago. So we're like, okay. And we just started growing weed and being successful doing that. And one thing led to another. And 20 years later, it's an industry. I was in the industry before it was even an industry. You know what I mean? It was just people fucking, growing weed and shit, So yeah, that's kind of how it, all began, humble beginnings, I guess.
Black market lives matter.
Dude, black market is the best market.
When you still had to have balls to be fucking with weed, Like, I mean,
dude. It's
a different world for a lot of people now, from the next generation below us. But, a lot of us grew up, it was still as illegal as any other fucking drug as far as we were concerned,
Oh, hell yeah. Growing stinky weed with no smell control before charcoal filters were even a thing. Dude, talk about coming home and being nervous.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, what else we got? Tell us about BreedersDirectSeedCo. How did it start? What gave you the idea to start it?
Shit, being around guys like you, being around breeders that Not to throw shade on anybody. I'm not going to name names or anything like that. You know, that's not my style, but there's a lot of fuckery in this industry. You know it as well as I know it. You know, there's people that, you know, make all kinds of claims and do all kinds of stuff. And next thing you know, you don't see your paycheck. So I know a lot of guys like you and in your position that don't trust seed banks, that don't like that a seed bank basically just being a middleman is reaping in, you know, 50%, if not more, of, you know, the profit. You know, I've done some breeding, crossing, shucking, whatever you want to call it myself. And simply just shucking seeds is mind-numbingly painful work, you know, and then testing seeds and going through all the work, packaging and all that stuff to watch somebody else walk away with 50% of your paycheck, it's hard, you know. So being somebody in the industry that understands the amount of work that you guys go through, the things that, you know, make good breeders, I wanted to have a part in, you know, bringing good genetics to the people. I wanted to be able to speak from an educated place. You know, if somebody comes to me and asks me questions about growing, about, you know, anything to do with the breeders that I carry, I can answer them. If I don't have the answer, I'll go get the answer, because I can go, hey, Matt, this person asked this question, X, Y, and Z, and you'll tell me, and I can reiterate it to them. And, you know, I want to be able to bring breeders directly to the people. And that's literally where the name came from. We want to bring the breeders to the people, you know, so they feel like they have a connection to it, not just like, oh, I got these seeds in the mail, now what the fuck do I do with them?
Oh, and for the next question, I'm going to have someone else come on and ask it. So 1 second. Hey, man, my seeds are super tight. When are you going to carry me, bro? I got some super tight seeds. When are you going to carry me?
Only if you got drippers. I'm only going to carry you if you got those drippers.
Yeah, sorry. Exotic Mike had to stop by and say hi. He was in town. Wanted to give him a little plug. Anyway, so what's behind the breeders that you carry? What kind of standards do you have? What are you looking to carry? How are you separating yourself from all the other seed banks out there? Because there's a lot, and we both know that.
Dude, it's like a seed bank pops up every other day, you know. And I'm not gonna say like we've been here forever. We just popped up too, you know. And how we want to go about separating ourselves is carrying breeders that care about their work, that care about provenance, you know. 9 out of 10 times in this industry, you can pretty much count on people being shady, you know, and it sucks. You know, I don't know if it's because so much of the industry spent so much time in the black market where, you know, being able to double check and ask questions of people was not the normal thing. So you didn't have the ability to, you know, go to a breeder and say, hey, this cut that you're using in this cross, is it what you say it is? You know, it was basically a hope and a fucking prayer. If you bought a sour diesel cross and you wanted to find sour diesel, you were basically, you know, shooting a fish in a barrel to see if you're going to get, I don't even know if that's the right metaphor, but you know what I mean? Like, you're just basically going off luck that, hey, I bought these sour diesel seeds. I got them from Europe. Is sour diesel going to be in here? Chances are no, you know. But when you have guys that their livelihood, like you, Pip, Hefe, you know, guys that have been in the industry for a long time and that have spent a very, very big part of their career sourcing legitimate genetics and putting them out there to the people, that's, you know, that's something that means a lot, at least to myself, you know. And I know a lot of people are the same way, you know. When someone says, man, I wish I could find some sour diesel, you know, or, you know, some Skittles or whatever, and they want that cut, the closest they can get to it for a lot of people is buying the seeds, and they can hunt through a pack. And if Skittles wasn't used in the cross, or diesel wasn't used in the cross, or OG, I mean, dude, it drives me bonkers when I see people just throw OG onto a strain name, and then you look into the genetics and it's fucking not there. You know, how can you call something OG if there's no fucking OG in the genetics? You know, we got Cedarberry, who's literally got almost every single fucking OG you can imagine mashed into one line. And it's like, it might not in pictures look like OG because of the way it expresses and the environment that he's growing it in. He gets a lot of color out of his stuff. But dude, every single fucking OG cut that you could possibly imagine is in that. And that is completely the opposite of some of these other people that, you know, just throw OG onto it because they know OG sells, and you look into the genetics and there's no fucking OG in it. You know, it drives me fucking bananas, you know. So I want to carry people that care about putting the genetics into the people's hands that they say they are, you know? So if it says OG, it's going to be OG. If it says Skittles, it's going to be Skittles, you know? If it says fucking Purple Punch, then it's going to be fucking Purple Punch, you know? There's not going to be like, oh, I hope I find something sort of like Purple Punch in here. You're going to fucking find Purple Punch or GMO or whatever the fuck you're looking for.
Yeah, you need to bring White Buffalo and Kootenai IC Mag into the fold here eventually. Represent our Canadian brothers.
Dude, I need some guys with sativa. Yeah,
that's a place to go.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard so much good stuff about White Buffalo stuff. You know, I've heard so much good stuff about their stuff, you know. So, yeah, I would love to get more of those kind of people because I know that's one of the things, you know, I'm trying to build a roster of solid people and with solid genetics. And one of the things that I'm missing right now is sativas. You know, I got some sativas, you know, but I don't have a lot of them, a lot of the long flowering sativas and stuff. You know, it's a small niche part of the market, but it's a part of the market that, you know, I want to have legitimate stuff, you know, for these people to buy if that's what they're looking for.
Absolutely. I just sent some bluebonnet pollen over to White Buffalo too, so hopefully we can do a collab together. And I hopefully I'm going to be doing some stuff with Kootenai as well. So, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Makes it all the easier.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's see what else. What about I'm sure a question you get asked a lot is about the pricing. I know I get asked about it a lot. You know, hold on.
Hi, Ari.
What's up, Bryn?
She said hi to your missus as well, if you couldn't hear that. But
oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get asked about it a lot. Back in the day, I was probably one of the most expensive seed companies, and there was no, like, I don't apologize for it, you know. I don't have the big operations that allow me to make bulk seed, nor do I use plants that really put out bulk seed. So, you know, but I get asked about it a lot. I'm sure you get asked about it a lot as well because you're carrying multiples, you know, of the higher end seed breeders. So tell me about your pricing. How does that work?
I think my pricing's fair. Again, let's go back to the black market. You know, I mean, 20 years ago, I spent thousands of dollars on a tray of cuts. And I know that's not the norm now. I mean, just a random tray of cuts, I was spending $50 a clone. So for me to look at prices of seeds, I don't see them as expensive at all. You know, I don't want to sound like a dick, but when it comes down to it, like a $500 pack of seeds, that's a lot of money for a pack of seeds. I understand if you're a new grower and you don't, you know, have confidence in popping a $500 pack of seeds. Hell, it makes me nervous to pop a $500 pack of seeds because that's a lot of fucking money, right? But as long as those seeds germinate and I can bring those seeds into the grow room and get them flowered out, I know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to get my money out of them, right? You know, I mean, when it comes down to it, if you get a $500 pack of seeds, if you get a quarter pound off a $500 pack of seeds, you got your money back plus, right? I mean, even if let's say it's a dollar, $125 a zip, that's $500 right there off a quarter pound. And if you can't do that, then don't buy the most expensive seeds on the menu. You know, you still want good seeds, right? Do you want a $50 pack of seeds that you have no idea what the genetics are? You know, like, I don't see that as any better. It's like, if you go to the store and you spend $5 on your dinner, you're going to get shit dinner. If you spend $25 on your dinner, you're going to have a much better dinner. If you spend $50 on your dinner, you're going to have a fantastic fucking dinner. And it's the same thing. There's value to be gained by spending a little bit more money. And when you think about a $250 pack of seeds, which is probably the average high price on our menu, is about $250 for the higher priced average pack of seeds. Your grow nutrients are going to cost that much. Your light is going to cost that much. You know, the medium you grow in, all the supplies, your tent, whatever is going to cost. So why are you going to skimp on the final product? If you skimp on your genetics going into your grow, what's going to come out on the tail end, no matter, you could have the fanciest fucking lights, the fanciest fucking system ever. If you skimp on your genetics, what are you going to have? You're going to have mids. You're going to have boof. You're going to have well-grown mids, you know, and you might not even know what the genetics are. You know, you get some, you know, Dynafem crap out of fucking Europe and shit. You have no clue what those genetics are. It's just a hope and a prayer at that point.
Someone made a good point, though. There are companies like Aficionado, and I'll say their fucking name because he's a little bitch. But, you know, they slap these expensive prices on their seeds, yet they have 0 years in the game. I mean, they've been around for maybe 3 or 4 years now, maybe 5, if that. But they spend a lot on the packaging. Now, this is where it comes down to having a company like Irie's right here with Breeders Direct. He doesn't carry people like that for a fucking reason. You know, it's very niche market, and it's good to have one seed bank where you can go and you're not going to have to wonder, is this guy a fucking shade ball? Is this just bullshit? You know, he's got a lot of people advising him. A lot of people that have been around a long time, not just myself, but everybody that he's carrying, he can talk to, and those are people that are very well respected and been around a long time. Yeah, someone pointed out the in-house thing. Yes, there's anomalies.
There's always going to be some one-offs. You know, I mean, if anybody wants to hit me up about that, I can answer that question. You know what I mean? But there's always things. You know, when you first start, you reach out to a lot of people. You know, some people don't get back to you right away. Some people do, and you know, in certain times, you're like, well, I gotta have people on my fucking menu. You know, I gotta have people on my fucking menu. You know, so it kind of is what it is. And you know, in-house has always been nice to me. I'm not saying he's the nicest guy in the world, but he's always been relatively nice to me. So I mean, do I hate him? No. Do I understand a lot of the pushback with the laundry list crosses and stuff like that? I do. You know, but it is what it is. Some people like his shit.
And
you know,
as
whatever.
the company grows, you know, you grow in a certain direction, and you make changes and you do shit, and that's what's going on here. So yeah, I think it's fucking. I'm really proud to be a part of everything going on. I will say that, despite, I mean, the in-house thing is whatever. I'm proud to be a part of everything that's going on with me, Caleb, Hefe, Pip. You know,
I mean, just. I mean, those names right there are so fucking big. You, Caleb, Pip, Miss Jill, fucking El Jefe, you know, like Cedarberry. Dude, like the amount of years that we have cumulative in this industry, fuck, what's that? Just between like you, Jefe, Cedarberry, I mean, that's like fucking 30 years experience right there. You know, maybe more, maybe 40 years of experience. You know, that's a lot of fucking experience. You know, and you can't just shake a stick. Like I was talking to somebody in the DMs before I came in, and they had never heard of Cedarberry, which, you know, that's perfectly understandable. He's kind of a bit more of a reclusive guy. You know, stays on his own. You know, but when it comes down to it, who put strawberry on the map?
Yep, that's CBF. For me, and all my strawberry work, it's all based on CBF's work. It wouldn't. My strawberry work would not exist without CBF. And a lot of people don't know his name because he was away from the scene for a long time. Yeah. But he's one of the guys that built this scene. So,
exactly.
Especially the online seed scene.
There's very few people that I've run across. They're out there. There's few people. But being at my age, 45 fucking years old, there's not a lot of fucking people in this industry that are 45. So, like, dude, what Cedarberry's been in it fucking, he's like my dad in this industry, you know, he's old enough to be my dad, which is fucking awesome that a guy like him is still rocking in this industry right now, you know, still doing his thing. His black tooth grin looks fucking amazing. I really, really hope I get to carry some of that, you know, the OG jam, everything that I'm seeing him do out of that OG jam is gorgeous. Does it look like OG? No, he grows it outdoors though. So, I mean, you're not going to see a lot of OG expressions looking like that indoor OG that so many people are used to when you grow OG outdoors. It just expresses completely differently outdoors versus indoors. And his shit is fucking gorgeous.
So I have another guest here that wants to ask you a question. God. 1 second.
No.
Hold on.
Hi, I'm Swerve from Cali Connection. I was wondering what you're growing right now.
What? That's a great question. That's a great question, Swerve. Thanks for asking. Right now, I got some of Pip's work going. I got some of Hefe's Z-Star Punch. I got a couple of Ear Crosses and a bunch of clones. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I fucked up big time on this fucking grow. It's probably going to go down as one of the most stressful grows I've ever put down. Is it doing okay now? It seems like it, but I made some mistakes. We can talk about Hermes, and it's 9 out of 10 times, I guarantee you the Herm is not the breeder's problem, especially if you're paying and doing your due diligence and researching and getting good genetics. If they Herm, it's not the breeder's problem. I fucking Hermed a grip of shit, and there's no way that 4 different breeders that I'm growing right now, seeds, are having intersex issues, and it's all their fault. There's no fucking way. So what do? I look at myself. You know, I'm a man. I've been growing fucking weed long enough to know that if there's a mistake in my grow room, I can't point fingers at anybody else. You know, like they say, when you point fingers at somebody else, there's three fingers pointing back at yourself, right? 100% true. So I went through and I dug in. I don't believe in the whole light leak thing too bad unless it's a glaringly bad issue with the timer that you don't know about. I don't think a light leak necessarily is going to cause a herm. Let's look at outdoor environments. You grow weed in the city, you don't have herms. There's lights everywhere in the fucking city. Moonlight, fucking street lamps, fucking all kinds of shit. I don't think light leaks. A malfunctioning timer that's throwing your lights on in the middle of the night that you don't know about, and that could probably fuck your shit up. But besides that, yep, that'll fuck your shit up. What I learned was I was reusing my soil too much. I have a year and a half worth of soil that I've been reusing. And what's left over in fucking soil? Roots. Roots generally have good nutrients in them that as it decomposes and breaks down, you're going to give nutrients back to the plant that develops root growth. But roots also have GA3. What does GA3 do? It pushes a lot of male traits in directions that you don't want to do. Seeds are very sexually plastic. We know this. Seeds are sexually plastic. A seed doesn't come with a male or female genetic stamped on it. So when you pop that seed, depending on the environmental conditions, the time of year you pop it, the heat that it's popped in, the environment that it's popped in, the stress the plant perceives, you can see wonky things happen with sex. And that's what happened with me. I have a shit ton of fucking roots that are decomposing in my soil, and that caused a lot of GA3 to be released into my soil. This is my theory. I don't know. I haven't fucking completely like vetted this whole thing out, but my theory is that's what led to a lot of my intersex issues. I pulled them all. I'm moving forward, and I'm going to see what happens. Everything seems to have stabilized that's left behind, so I'm going to have 3 phenos of Z-Star. I'm going to have 4 phenos of each one of your crosses, and I'm going to have 3 phenos of pips, you know? So I'm going to see everything that I wanted to see, but I stressed the fuck out of them, and I'm taking all 100% responsibility for that, you know?
So people may have misunderstood what you said. They don't have male or female stamped on the outside of the seed, is what he's saying. They do come with chromosomes that are sexually male or female, depending on all kinds of environmental factors. That is what manipulates the actual sex of your plant.
Yes, exactly.
So
sexually plastic.
Yeah, sexually plastic. That's what he means by it. So your gender isn't just defined by chromosomes in cannabis, as we all know. Like, if that was the case, then you wouldn't be able to reverse plants with chemicals. You know, you just wouldn't be able to do it.
You wouldn't be able. It would be impossible.
Yeah,
it's like you could spray all the GA3 or whatever you want on a fucking human, and they're never going to reverse. So at a certain point, the human versus plant comparison needs to stop. And we all do it. We've all made the comparison. Oh, well, males this and females that. We've all made those comparisons, but those are limited in their ability to explain the diversity that's in plants and the ability of nature to survive. A plant is going to fucking survive, and the only thing a plant wants to do is put down seed for the next generation. These cannabis plants, they don't fucking care if we get high off them. They don't care what their terpenes are. They don't care any about that. All they want to produce male and female flowers and put seeds down for the next generation to continue growing. That's all they fucking care about.
White Buffalo said Medicinal Genomics says they're working on an intersex expression test. That's correct. I just got him some spray sent off to do that test, and I'm really fucking stoked about that, to even be a part of that, to like get to watch this happen. Like I'm
golf clap, bro. Like,
yeah.
Dude, that is so huge. Yeah, like serious golf clap right there. That is big. That's middle fingers to everybody, bro. That's big stuff for you to be involved in a and that's no small part. You know, there's a lot of fucking reversal sprays on the market. You know that. There's all kinds of shit. They could have went to almost anybody, but somebody as smart as, you know, Kevin over there at fucking Medicinal Genomics and shit, like, he's not going to go to Walmart and buy Tiresias Mist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to do his fucking homework. He's going to talk to a lot of fucking breeders and see what they're using. And when a lot of people are using your shit, like fuck, Caleb uses your shit, you know, like a lot of well-respected people are using your shit, you know, so that speaks volumes, you know, and when your shit is kind of cream of the crop, you know, that's what they're going to go to, and that's what they're going to use. So, dude, mad props to you for being kind of, you know, maybe not the first, but being one of the loudest in the industry with your stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked about it, and I'm really stoked to see, because this test will give us a lot of ideas why we're seeing any male expressions in fem lines, because with the chromosomes and how they're being manipulated, and with the hormones and how they're being manipulated, logic dictates that they will almost always be female, maybe 1 in 1,000 not. But why are we having that 1 in 1,000 not? Like why are we having the 1 in 100 not sometimes? Why are we having the 50-50 sometimes? I assume the 50-50 is going to be because of pollen contamination, but there's going to be cases where you're getting 5 in 100, and there's no pollen contamination possibilities, and then that's when it's like, what the fuck's going on here? And that test is going to give us a really good idea of why. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
stoked
awesome.
about that.
Do they have a timeline for that, or is that just kind of all up in the air right now?
I think it's all up in the air right now. Kevin would know better, but his spray's off to him today, so I'm stoked to see.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
There we go. Now I can read.
Yeah, it's funny. I can't see any comments. So if anybody's commenting at me or saying anything, like for whatever reason, my comments are not locked out, but I just don't see them. They're not scrolling at all.
They're mostly asking about your penis size, your ears, and your eyebrows. I don't. Yeah.
My eyebrows are fabulous.
There's lots of eyebrows comments.
My ears are on the smaller side.
They are on the smaller side.
My penis is very small.
It's very small, like a church mouse.
Very small. But it's always better to go and undersell yourself and people be happy than to oversell yourself and people would be disappointed. So I like to surprise people. So just fair warning.
White Buffalo said it sounded like a couple years on the test, so that's cool. It is going to be a longer one. Let's see. Does Breeders Direct carry Bodie or any of his seed companies?
No, I reached out to Bodie very, very early on. I don't know how much of this story is mine to tell, but basically with all the rules and regulations that are changing in the market, he's pulling back and reassessing how he's going to move forward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was, I felt it was an honest answer, like I understand it completely. The market's all over the place right now. The laws are changing. Talk about plastic. The fucking laws are plastic. Who knows how things are going to go moving forward? Here, we're both in California. We both know Prop 64 is a fucking disaster. Disaster. It's right now, a lot of the custies, they look at it like it's amazing, like I can get cheap weed and all this and that. But when everyone wants the dollar to be the bottom line, what's going to happen is the growers are going to stop caring, whether it's a, fully licensed, big operation, or whether it's the dude down the street that grows fire. If he's only getting $25 an eighth for his fucking weed, they're not going to put 100% effort into it. They're not going to take a 75-day strain 75 days. They're going to pull it at 60, maybe even 55. Maybe as soon as they can pull it, they're going to pull it. And what does that mean? That means when it goes to market, it's going to be that less good. It's going to be crap, basically. So all these people that are clamoring about, oh, why are your prices so expensive, or why this and why that, I can go over here and get it for so cheap. We'll go over there and get it so cheap, and then watch the quality drop, and then watch it continue to drop, and then watch it continue to drop, because that's what's going to happen. When you chase the dollar, the bottom line is the customers get fucked. I've seen it happen 3, 4, 5 times in my career.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I wrote down some questions here to ask you because I'm not very good at this. What kind of strains are selling? Right? What's really hot right now? What's the hot tamale?
What's
hot? Right,
like hot, HAWT hot, like
yeah,
new trendy hip, HAWT hot. Cool story. Fucking gas is coming back big time. Gas is coming back big time. But what's hot right now? Cookies is still hot. Cookies crossed to gas is still really hot. What I see from my experience, I see old being married to new as being very hot. So like what you did with like Z Skittles by Daywrecker, that's something old, that's something that's tried, true, amazing, being brought to something that's, something new, so those are the things, because landrace is cool, right? Landrace is cool right now. It's real big. Everyone's talking landrace. Everyone's talking landrace.
Yeah, I wish people knew what the fuck they were getting into.
Exactly. Dude, because you're going to have to hunt through like 350, 400 seeds to find something viable. Then you're going to have to cross it, see how it pairs. what are you going to cross it with? Are you going to cross some land race to cookies, or are you going to cross some land race back to land race? Then you're going to have to test out both sides and stuff like that. So to me, land race is cool and novel and interesting, but will it really pan out in the long run? Probably not. So I see tried and true old school strains. Like I said, Day Wrecker. OG Kush isn't that old school, but OG Kush is always going to be something. Sour Diesel, old heavy fucking Afghanis and shit, like this stuff that, you hear people whisper about in corners, things like Puck, things like that. Those things are going to be fucking, it's going to come around, and could you imagine something just amazingly terpy, but then that has devastating potency, like to me, like that's what I see the market going towards and the people wanting, so they can get some of that nostalgia and also get something that still has some amazing bag appeal or some amazing terps or something like that, because, when it comes down to it, people smoke with their eyes first. That's the first thing people see. I can show you a bag of the most potent, devastating weed in the world, and if it doesn't look good, and I show you a bag of literally some frosty ass boof, but it's beautiful in the bag, 9 out of 10 people are going to pick the frosty ass boof 2 or 3 times even. They might even smoke it once and be like, oh, that stuff was garbage, but God, it looks so fucking pretty. I want to try it again. Maybe I just got a bad bud. And then you give them that bong rip of that ugly ass, low frost stuff, and it just knocks their dick in the dirt. And then you see the light bulb go off in their eyes. You see it where they're just like, wow, so you mean bag appeal isn't everything? And it's like, no, bag appeal is maybe 30% of the game, but it's the first impression that counts, It's the first fucking impression. So, it is what it is. Purple punch is always going to be a thing,
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm just watching the comments.
Unfortunately.
You can't see the comments, but it's
Dude, I can't. I'm stuck at Z Bud, Here We Go, and Intrepid Chronics. Like, those comments were probably the first 3 on the feed, So,
yeah, why it happened? That's weird.
I don't know. Maybe I got to turn my Bluetooth off. Maybe, I don't know. Nope, that didn't do anything.
Okay, so
yeah.
I guess people can ask questions like this in the live feed. It says, let's see, tap a response to show it on screen to share it with your viewers. Let's see. Do you guys ever deal at all with AK Bean Braids? He breeds with some older stuff.
Yes. No. Yes. I know AK Bean Brains. He's a great guy. I don't know him personally. We've had some interactions before. When it comes down to it, money's tight. I got a lot of dudes on my menu that are friends, and I want to get them paid, and so when AK Bean Brains approached me, I was gung ho for it. I was like, okay, fuck, he's an old school head, he's been around for a long time, but I mean, we don't have big backers, literally we are a very, very, very small operation when it comes down to it. So money was limited. So I basically had to, unfortunately, tell AK that I'm not in a position right now to pick anybody else up. I had 1 or 2 breeders that I had reached out to that I had already previously agreed to carry. And I was waiting for basically confirmation, strain lists and stuff like that to come through. And I didn't want to overextend myself. I don't like being in the hole with people. I want to get, my guys paid off as soon, and girls. We got Miss Jill, so my guys and my girl want to get them paid off. I want to get money in their bank and, move forward. So I didn't want to overextend myself. And, I also wanted to make sure that the guys and girls that we're carrying get represented properly and not just overshadowed by, not saying AK is hype, but he had this massive, devastating, life-changing thing happen. And it was awesome to see the community come out and rally around him and stuff. So I missed the boat, maybe, maybe I could have picked up a lot of sales with some of AK's stuff, but the community rallied around him and he's doing fucking fantastic right now. There's all kinds of people growing his gear, which is awesome, so I'm not mad about it. I hope, he doesn't hard feelings towards me for, having to, basically, say, sorry, AK, I can't pick your stuff up right now, so.
There you go. Anything else you want to talk about? We got 243 people in here. What would
are you
like
serious?
To run on about? Yeah.
Dude, like I'm sitting here looking at it and it says 112 and I'm like, man, 112? I'm chasing your numbers down, bro. I'm lowering your rent.
No, it's doing good.
Oh, well, good. Good to know that I'm not just destroying your property value. What else to talk about? I don't know. What do you got for me? Throw some shit at me. Throw some of these questions that I can't see. Surprise me.
Okay, yeah. Give me some questions, guys.
Yeah, give us some questions.
Let's see.
Favorite strain ever?
Yeah, favorite strain ever. What's your favorite strain ever? That's a good one.
It's a hard one. It's gas.
It's the hardest.
Yeah, it's the hardest.
What's your favorite strain right now? How about that?
Right.
Because that's mine always changes over the years, you know.
Dude, mine does too. Mine changes on my mood. People always ask me, what are you smoking on? And I always tell them something different every fucking day. It just depends. Honestly, right now, my favorite strain. That's a really tough one. I found a killer pheno of Wedding Crasher. It's fucking killer. It's good shit.
Yeah, you've been stoked on that one.
I have. It's beautiful. I mean, like I said, it comes down to, and look, it's got better potency than Purple Punch. You know, that's not hard. That's not hard to beat the potency of Purple Punch, but it's a pretty good cut. I really, 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 really like gas though, and that's one thing that kind of brings me back to a strain more and more and more, like repeatedly, is it's got to have some loudness, that mouth coat, you know, where you exhale and 15 minutes later maybe you cough and you can taste that chronic flavor in your throat. Like anything that coats my throat and like just has that taste in it, but also has some potency. I got something
to coat your throat.
I know you do, big boy. Yeah, no, so it's always got to be gas, though. It always comes back to gas. I got a really nice cut of a cross that I made, Dirty Starbucks. I know you hate that name. You fucking ride me on that name so hard it's retarded. But whatever. It's coffee by DDF3. So it's got some little chem in there. It's got the coffee in there. It's very unique, but it's got gas. That's like the winning thing is always the gas, you know. So,
someone just asked what we think about the Ethos business. My personal opinion, he can go fuck himself. That guy's a fucking charlatan. Coma asked if you smoked when you were young, and I've seen pictorial evidence that this guy had fucking dreadlocks when he was a little boy.
Coma, I didn't smoke when I was very young. I didn't start smoking weed until probably 18. 18 is when I probably smoked my first joint, but
this was the 30s, so
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But yeah, I haven't quit once, dude. There hasn't been one day that's gone by. There hasn't been one day that has gone by that I have not fucking blazed up. So yeah, dreadlocks, fucking natty dreads back in the day. Yeah, you can post that picture up if you want, Matt. I ain't embarrassed.
I don't have it handy, unfortunately.
I know you screen grabbed it though.
I did screen cap it.
Yep.
Okay, so Green Mantis Genetics wants to know why people don't like Ethos. In a quick, he's a fucking fraud, dude. Like, he came out like 5 years ago and telling people he can make fem seeds that won't harm. You can't even make regular seeds that won't harm. It's not fucking possible. Cannabis is dual sex by nature, so you can always make something harm if you fuck it up hard enough.
And cannabis harms naturally too.
Yeah.
I mean, show me one natural stand of fucking cannabis that doesn't have fucking harms in it. It's survival.
Did you just say
fittest.
strand?
Yeah, a stand of cannabis. You know, a large field of cannabis.
God
a stand.
Damn. I was like, did you just say strand? Because I'm gonna call you out on it.
I did. It might have sounded like it, but yeah. I mean, earlier when I was talking about fucking not liking it when people put OG on a fucking strain that doesn't have goddamn OG in it, fucking Ethos. Member OG. It's called Member. What the fuck is a member? Number one. Are we really calling it my dick OG? Is that really what he's saying? And it's got fucking OG on the name. I think he's got at least 2 strains. And look, I'm not the dude that throws shade on motherfuckers, right?
Fake headband.
Yeah, there's no headband in his headband. There's no OG in his OG. Like, I don't know, man. Fucking, if y'all want to fucking be mad because I'm throwing shade on somebody, whatever, but I'm not that dude. And that's the dude I was talking about when I said I hate it when a motherfucker throws an OG on a fucking strain just because they know it's going to sell probably 30% more than if he just called it Member Kush or fucking whatever the fuck it is, you know? So
yeah,
that's that.
And he's fucking with Jill too right now on the
Dude, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Colin, and from now on his name's Colin. No, it's not Colin, it's Colin. That's his real name, Colin. And he named something Orange Velvet Underground, which is offensive to fucking Lou Reed in the first place. Velvet Underground's one of my favorite bands, and he offends them by using their name because he's a piece of shit. And then he's not even working with Orange Velvet. He's working with the Jelly Bean, and he's trying to lie and say he has the Orange Velvet, which he does not have. So it's just all kinds of shade. The dude's a fucking scammer, and he will take your money as quick as you give it to him. So, you know, you could ask him what defines a scammer to me, and is the quickest way to know if someone's a scammer. Ask a breeder, hey, will this work for my ailment? And if they say yes, turn around, walk away. Because they can't tell you that. They will never be able to tell you that, but they will always say yes to get your money. And if they say yes, then they're fuckheads, and they don't know what they're talking about. Either they don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trying to get your money in line.
Or if they use the term always. Like my strain, my femmes will never herm. That's automatically a fucking red flag. If you...
Uh-oh, Irie just froze. He must got a phone call. There he is. Oh. No, there you are.
Yeah,
Audio?
I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got a phone call.
There you go. So
Can you hear
famous.
Me? We good?
Yeah. You're lag.
Yeah. I gave my wife my phone so I could have her phone, but then her uncle had to call her, so I got the uncle calling right now. So hopefully he doesn't call again. Hopefully he got I didn't answer the number and I don't get any, 3 or 4 more phone calls in a row like, hey, where are you at? Hey, what's going on? Hey. So anyway. We good?
You look like you're in a Chinese movie.
Do I?
Yeah, your mouth isn't matching up to your audio anymore. There. Oh, you're a little better now. I think you caught up.
Maybe, yeah. Hopefully,
yeah,
we'll see. All right, good. So anyway, yeah. Whenever people speak in absolutes, that's something that I always see as a red flag. If they say this is absolutely the best, this is absolutely not going to harm, this is absolutely what you need to treat your IBD or, whatever it is that you're suffering from. Cannabis is a very personal experience. You're a perfect example. You smoke indicas and you have anxiety. Most people in the industry, not most people in the industry, most people in the community, anxiety is related to sativas. Very, very high levels of THC, V generally, induce, panic attacks in most people, but there are always paradoxical responders. And so those are the kind of things that you have to be very careful of when you're addressing issues as personal as a plant-based medicine. Because even in the pharmaceutical industry, they have 1,700 different antidepressants because not one antidepressant that they make in its pill form, in a chemically made in a laboratory setting, they can't make a chemically based medicine react with every single person's chemistry. So how do we expect a plant-based medicine to react with everybody's chemistry the same? It's just never going to happen.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same kind of gig. It says, Matt asked how you're about Kevorkian. Remember? Do you know about Kevorkian, the old San Diego strain, or Orange County?
I don't. There was a strain that was running around called Kevorkian, and it was fucking amazing. Was it the real Kevorkian? The people that I rolled with back in the days, provenance wasn't a thing. Whatever the bag said on it, whatever the cut came labeled as, that's what it was passed as. So the strain that I had was, yes, it was Kevorkian. Was it the actual real Kevorkian? I don't know, but it was some of the most killer weed that I've ever smoked. It would nowadays stand up to any of the strains, that we're currently throwing around as elite. It was frosty as fuck. It was sticky as fuck. It yielded very, very well. It was devastatingly potent. We had, I believe we had an S1 of it, but my mentor's mentor is the one who had the cut of Kevorkian. He was never going to share it with anybody. It was his baby. We got some bud from him, found a seed in the bud, gave it to a buddy of mine. He grew it. My mentor's mentor went to my buddy's grow and saw it, literally left the fucking grow pissed. And this is 25 fucking years ago. Left the grow pissed and was railing on my buddy saying, you gave him the Kevorkian. You gave him the Kevorkian. I told you not to share that cut. How'd you get that cut from me? I didn't even give it to you. It was this whole fucking thing, right? And when he saw it, it was literally from seed. And that's what I told him. I said, dude, that's from seed. Like, I don't know what you mean about any sort of cut. So that's kind of the cool thing about, S1s, about fem seeds and stuff like that. If you get an S1, there's a high chance you're going to find the mom, or maybe even better in that in those selections, especially if you run enough of them.
So what's both your opinions on Swerve and the Cali Connection? Is his Chem 91 real or his cookies? I can comment on the Chem 91 and the cookies. The cookies is not real. It's never been real. He was in a race with me and Canaventure to release the first cookies seed line, and I was the first one to put it out in seed, but he was trying to beat me to it, and he released a fake cookies line to do it, and it was always fake, and he got called out on a lot for a lot of years. His Chem 91, I know at one time he did get the real Chem 91. I don't know what he uses in his seed lines. Just because he's had it at one time does not mean he uses real seed lines in every single seed line that he makes. So it's hard to comment on that.
And we all know you can lose
Swerve.
it. I don't know shit about Swerve. All I know is what I've read. All I know is what I've read, and I haven't read good things about him. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
he seems like a hype man. You know, if you're gonna sit there and argue with the cookie crew about cookies, you're maybe, you know, your priorities are in the wrong place. You know, like Cookie Fam, they're not breeders. You know, so I don't see why anybody that was a legitimate breeder would argue with Cookie Fam. You know, let Cookie Fam do their hype thing. But if you're going to try to play hype on Cookie Fam's game, you're probably going to lose because they have hype mastered. I mean, look at all this shit about runts and all this shit that's coming out, all these candy flavored shits. Everyone's taking that Cookie Fam hype and just trying to run with it. You know, it's all reworks of the same old not in your bag, you know?
Yeah.
Not in your bag.
Not in your bag. What's my opinion of Canaventure's work? Canaventure got my blue blood off of me and renamed it. Did an F-gen of it, I assume, or either an F-gen or a hybrid of it, and called it Purpleberry BX, and that's how he started his company. So my opinion of him is very low. He started off by making renames of my work. I don't have any respect for anyone that does that. Just renames the shit and pretends it's his own. And yeah, I mean, he got him from me in a trade, and then he fucked me on the trade and then fucking renamed my shit. So that's my opinion of that fucking asshole.
And that's where due diligence comes in, man. People out there, all you know, seed buyers and potential, you know, people that want to grow seeds, do your homework. You know, scour the internet a little bit. You know, ask people, ask me. You know, I'll go to people like Matt. I'll go to whoever I need to go to find your answers. You know, I don't talk business in the DMs. If you go to my page, it says no DMs. I'm not going to sell you anything in my DMs. I'm not going to talk prices in my DMs. I'm not going to do anything like that because fucking Instagram, man. They'll shut your shit down in a fucking heartbeat over nothing. So, but if you have a random question about a strain, about something that's on my menu, as long as we're not talking sales or anything like that in the DMs, I'll answer anybody's questions. You know, and if you want to talk about stuff like that, then hit me with an email.
1 minute left.
Are we at a fucking hour already?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. We only have a minute left, Bryn. What's up?
Burner created cookies.
Oh, Burner. Someone answered the question about who created cookies. Burner created cookies.
Burner the breeder. We all know.
How did he find his way in here?
Some
winners tonight. Anyways, ending off 266 people, dude. You did great. So
thanks for having me.
BreedersDirectSeedCo.com. They're getting the first bids on all my blue bonnet work when that comes out. They have a lot of lines that I don't carry in my fucking store. So if you want other stuff from me that I don't sell in my store, they've got it. So be sure to check both sites when you're doing your work. Don't just come to mine. Go there too, because you're going to find stuff of mine that is over there. They also carry stuff from CSI, Miss Jill, Archive,
Pipsweed, CBF,
Pipsweed, El Jefe. Come on, there's one more. Tyler, Secret Society Seeds, right?
Secret Society SeedCo, that idiot so good seeds.
That idiot
all kinds
so
of people.
Good seed?
Yep, in-house genetics too. Yeah, we got them all. Come and buy their shit.
All right, brother.
I love you, man.
Well,
thank you very
so
much. You're the best.
Cheers, everyone. Oh, yeah, I need a fucking outro. Fucking outro.
Fuck your outro.
Cheers.
Later.